Paul Ricaldi here with the Savage ProScribe tape measure by Swanson Tool Company. You're going to love this tape. We have a piece of plywood here and we want to cut it. First thing we would do is mark a line on this side of the wood and a line on this side. We'll make those meet with a chalk line. Chalk lines are messy. When you pop your line, you're going to have extra chalk on there, and sometimes when you're cutting, that line blows away. It's hard to see. Well, the other way would be to take a line on each side and make them connect with a straight edge. But the fastest way to do this would be to take and mark your line on both sides and use your finger as a guide. Now, once you start using your finger as a guide, you will get splinters. I don't care how tough your fingers are. Swanson Tool Company has a solution. It's called the Savage ProScribe. You take the ProScribe and you work it just like you would your finger. Your same movement as putting your finger on here, but you pull this button up and the guide pops out. Now you have a fence right here to protect your finger, give you a perfectly straight line, and you have an indicating bar on top. Let's take and mark lines right here, and you can see how fast this thing works. No other tape measure works like this. I can take a line, run it right across. Perfect lines every time and not get splinters. I'll take the button, pull it up. Now the guide comes out. I grab it and I squeeze it. It's not going anywhere. I can lock it in place and really make sure it's rock solid. But if I want to make multiple lines, I'll just let it run free and squeeze it when I want to. Just that easy. This built-in point enables you to use this as a compass now. Only tape measure in the world that has a built-in compass anytime you need it. Cutting drywall is a cinch with the new ProScribe tape measure. I'll pull my button up, take my guide out, I'll lock it in place. I want to cut 7 inches, I'm going to set it at 7 inches. I take my blade. Now my blade will set right on the end clip like this. The magnets help hold it together too. So once I have it against here, I'll squeeze it in place. I'm going to set the guide right up against the edge. Now I'll get a perfect cut, just as easy as can be. I take my piece out, pop it down. Now, you just run your blade right across the top, and you got a perfect piece. Let's go ahead and cut an arch right out of here. I'll show you how simple it is. I take my guide, I set it in place. Now with this pivot point, I can just swing it right around. Again, I'm going to take my knife, set it on the end clip. Now, I drag it around and have a perfect circular cut. I'll take and make a pie right here by cutting it straight into the middle. Doesn't have to be perfectly neat. I'll bend it down. You can see it comes down like that, and I'll just clean it up. Once this is done, pull it out far enough, you can see, and you'll get a perfect cut. No other tape measure does that. The most versatile tape measures in the world, Swanson Savage. Ask for it by name.